Happy 2025. I thought that I would share my plans for 2025 stitching and also do a WIP Parade because I want to incorporate my works in progress that I've started years ago and try to get some of those finished, or at least get some more work done on those. I teased on Instagram, I have this beach bag full of projects, and actually I have a few more sitting on the table that I want to start and hopefully finish for 2025. And I am going to also do something I haven't done before, and that's do the top-down filming. So let's get on with that. Okay guys, you should see my setup. You would laugh. It's not ideal, but this is just what I have to work with. I wanted to discuss the planner first. I purchased the this isn't classic. This is the Big Happy Planner. And I think this was a special to Joanne. I took out some pages, but I like the idea of a happy planner just because I thought that they would be reusable. They make a big deal about these rings that you can customize, and of course they had sticker packs, which I didn't really use. But the cover, front and back, is rigid, wipeable, reusable, right? And there's a nice pocket on the inside. I bought these from Paper Day Design on Etsy, and they're just blank, and you can have her print different words on these little flags. They're used for bullet journaling, I guess. But that's what I'll show you my page. I discussed it before, a long time ago. Anyhow, this was my 2024 WIPGO, and back to the Happy Planner. I like that there was rigid divided months, and they were fairly pretty. There was notebook paper. Let me see if I can find a blank page that was kind of designed to go with the planner. And well, I have something written on that one. Anyhow, going back to the different months, but see, they all have a pretty design. And then of course on the calendar pages there's some, this was specific for those that sew, so you can plan out your projects. The original calendar pages are on the monthly dividers, so you can't really reuse those, right? Let me go back to February where my handwriting is a little bit neater. So anyhow, you can see where if I made a new start, I'd write down what that was and if it was a stitch along. Yeah, so when it came, sorry, I'm getting myself confused. So this was 2023. When 2024 rolled around, I was looking for replacement refills for just the calendar pages, and they don't exist. I bought the calendar pages again on Etsy, and you can color these. I didn't. So, you know, it's not ideal, but I wanted to keep the planner that I had paid so much money for. This year I thought that I would just try something different because I wasn't happy with how I had this old calendar in here, and then I would still have to pay quite a bit of money just to have someone print me kind of a cute page. There are some sellers on Etsy that made digital copies so you can print your own. But I wanted mine ready-made. I wanted a very cute planner that had pretty pages to look at. And let's do a size comparison. I found this one, I think Barnes & Noble sold it, but I also found it on Amazon and Walmart. And it's smaller than I would have liked, and of course it's not refillable. However, look at the pretty pages. Let's get to 2025. So here's January. There's pretty artwork. I do have room to write what it is that I want to accomplish for the month. You can see I've already written what I want to accomplish stitching in January, and I had to white some things out because some things have changed. But then again, February, also again very pretty. And this company makes other planners that have pretty artwork as well, and I just like this one with the cute bunny. And there's a pocket in the back here. Actually, there's two pockets so I can put my stickers, and then it comes with a few stickers as well. Some note pages, which will come in handy. All right, so that is my planner. I feel like Happy Planner has, it's just wasteful. Like I said, you buy a planner already, but then they have other rings that you can purchase to make yours more customizable, but at the same time, it's just, you're going to end up throwing it away, right? Because they don't have refillable pages. So let me show you what I am going to use for my WIPGO. I'm calling it SAFGO, Start and Finish Go. These are all smallish designs that I want to start and hopefully fully finish. If I don't fully finish, that's okay. I would just strive to finish the design when it's called each month. So I'm just going to go through these numbers for right now in this first part of this video, and then I will also show the stitch alongs that I will be taking part in. There's only 2. And then also some charts that I want to work on just each month, and maybe a couple other designs that I want to start. So I think I'll move this out of the way. So number 1 is Snowy Fun. This is by, sorry, I have to tilt it to see, Tranquil Tree Cross Stitch Design. I'm pretty sure that I ordered this on Etsy. Each one of these little snowmen, I'm sorry for the glare. Like I said, it's not an ideal situation here. Each one is 52 by 52. I'm going to be stitching them on a 32 count fabric flare snow on gray, and I've had this in my stash for a while, and I do have a finishing piece that I want to use. I'm going to put the 3 snowmen in a row across here. I got this at Michael's last year, 2023. So that is the number 1 on my SAFGO. All right, number 2. So Mary. I I first saw this on Mrs. Jones Stitches. She had it in a pillow form, I believe. It is by White House Stitchery. And I'm stitching, well, I will be stitching this on I think it's Sea Spray, and I want to say that's Stephanie's Fabrics. Okay. Number 3, He Is Risen. This is Carolyn's Needle Arts. And I'm going to be stitching this on 32 count pastel lilac linen. And of course, that really doesn't truly show. My lighting is not great here, sorry. Number 4, Patriotic Sentiments. Now, Stony Creek had this chart for free, and I just bought the finishing kit. Closer look. And this is kind of what their finishing kit looks like, but I got the little embellishments here, everything I need for a stand-up. I don't know if the fabric's included, but that's okay because no, it doesn't look like it. I do have my own fabric I can use, of course, and I just have some white, looks like Lugana. Stitch that on. Number 5 is Bumblebee Petites. There's Little House Needleworks. And I do have the called for fabric for those. And I have finishing pieces for them as well. Sorry for the rustling here. I chose to have the little easel form, I guess you would call it, by, is it Starry Night Studio. Some point I might need to pause and clean up my mess. Number 6 is a fall heart. I bought this on a Stash Unload page on Facebook. And what I like about it, I've never heard of this company, but it came from Stitchville, USA back in the day. What I like about it are all the specialty stitches. And I do have all of the called for threads. This is stitched on, their model is stitched on a 10 count as a Tula fabric, and they 1, 2, 3 stitch didn't have the color that it was stitched on, which is kind of a natural. So I got a dark brown, but I also got Country Mocha. And I'm leaning towards the darker brown. And these are Pearl Cotton's Crinic Braid. Something different to try. Number 7 is Liberty and Justice. This is a shepherd's bush kit. It has the trim, the fabric. I haven't opened it yet. Number 8 is You're My Jam, and that's by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm probably going to be using the white Monaco, and I do have the finishing piece already painted. It'd be so cute. Okay, number 9 is Fireworks. This is by Cotton Pixels. There's a black cat. There we go. Very far away. Trying to see the fabric that it's stitched on. And I know I have it. No. Maybe oh, here we go. It's this. I'm using the called for, and I would have to tear apart that pack to get it out. To get out the name. I don't recall the fabric name. Okay, that was number 9. Number 10 is In Full Bloom. Another Stitching with the Housewives. There you go. Again, I'll probably use the white Monaco, and I do have the finishing piece already painted for it. Number 11, Price of Freedom, and that is that was a call for January. This is by the Sweetheart Tree. It comes, the pattern came with the stars that are, there's holes in the side. I did try to show a closer picture on my last episode, Flosstube 14. I want to say the stitch count was 47 by 103. It's pretty small. And I'm stitching it on the called for, which is 32 count barn gray linen. Number 12 is God With Us. That is by a New Creation Studio. Sorry, I lost my place. It's a small one, and I will be using the black, either Monaco or Joblin, I think I have. It'll be the black. Number 13 is Snow Angels. This is by Calico Confectionery. And I have a piece of 36 count fiber on a WIM slate to stitch that design on. The design size is 120 by 78, so that's going to be a fairly large pillow. Number 14, Quack Quack Honk by Erin Elizabeth. And I have a little, I should have brought it in here, a little duck figurine that has little boots. It's made out of wood, looks a lot like this. That's what it reminded me of, so I think I'm going to display them together. So cute. And then this fabric is I just have written down 32 count, a crazy hamster, and it has a lot of modeling in it. You can see that. Wow, that's pretty wrinkled. Number 15, Lovable Petites. That's another little house needlework. I do have, again, the finishing piece. I have the these backers by Starry Night Studio, but they're easels, so I can put them on my tier trays. And I think I decided, oh no, at first I thought I was only going to stitch 3 of them. Looks like I have all 4, but it's the 30 count Victoria sponge cake and 30 count red pear, and that's weeks within. Stop and Smell the Flowers. That's another Stitching with the Housewives. Through my file, ready to go. Here we go. And I'm going to put that one on this backer. This is paisleys and polka dots. In fact, all of these were the little jam jar, the watering can, and this one. And I'll most likely use the white Monaco. Okay, number 17, Snowy Petites. Little House Needleworks. Again, I do have the backer, the finishing piece. And then I do have the, I'm using Victoria Sponge Cake and Seafoam. They're both by Weeks. Seafoam's pretty minty green. Number 18, Our Flag Was Still There, and that is by Sweet Wings Studio, I believe. Yes. And because this one is a long and skinny, I thought I would stitch this on a piece of banding. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulties. I pushed on the wrong part of my gooseneck here. Anyhow, as I was saying, I thought I would stitch this on some banding and maybe make a mini belt pull. I'm not sure. Okay, number 19, Gingerbread Cottage by Stitching with the Housewives. They have it on a blue dyed fabric, and I'm not sure about that. I think I'm going to stitch mine on black probably. Okay, number 20, which was also called for January, is Snowy Tiny Town. Sorry if you hear the shuffling. I'm trying to use my bag here as like a file, but I lost my place. Let me pause this while I find it. Okay, this is Snowy Tiny Town, number 20 for January by Heart in Hand. I will be stitching this whole chart and putting the frill somewhere in it, either at one of the ends or, you know, incorporated in the middle. And I do want to make a drum finish. But all the tiny towns that I have, which I don't have them all, I do want to put them into drum form. And this is also the 32 count fabric flare snow on gray that I'll be stitching that on. Number 21, Sweet Delivery. That is another Stitching with the Housewives. I've got gingerbread themed Christmas in my living eating area and kitchen. So I want to stitch some more gingerbread. And instead of the blue, I will probably be stitching that on black. Number 22, Hello Spring, another Stitching with the Housewives. I do have this finishing piece, but I don't know if that is what I'm going to use for this. And I will probably use the white Monaco. The next is Gingerbread Farm, Stitching with the Housewives again. And I will be stitching that on black. I'm not sure when we're going to mount that on yet. We'll figure that out when time comes. Okay, number 24 is called Little Summer Fling, and that's by Boohoo Stitches. There we go. And I will be making it into a small pillow, maybe not a long one like this, I don't know yet, but I don't know what this fabric is. That's a tiny little chart. All right, number 25, the Nativity Band Sampler by A New Creation Studio. And I will be stitching that on black. Okay, that is the rest of my SAFGO, as I call it. my start and finish board that I want to get all of those, hopefully, you know, cross my fingers, started and finished. Now I want to share with you the stitch alongs that I'm going to be participating in. The first is the Primrose Quaker Sal with Yellow Rose Stitcher. The hashtag is hashtag Primrose Quaker SAL. So January 1st, I'm going to be starting the Valentine's Day Quaker on the called for fabric and using the called for floss. There we go. That is, what is it called for? It's 32 count blush, and I think that's a Lugana, and then the Classic Colorworks is Bright Melon. And then later on, I think it's in February, that Autumn Yellow Rose Stitcher has the Spring Quaker being stitched. And I'm changing my colors on this one. I'm not going to be using the lavender. I'm going to be using, sorry, I have these the wrong direction. This is Color and Cotton Reggae. And then I have this antique, well, it's not antique, it's crochet trim, I think it's called, but it's by Lady Creates, and that's in the color Waiting Pool. And I will be stitching that on 28 count ivory fabric. So that's going to be the Spring Quaker. And Yellow Rose Stitcher Autumn is going to be stitching, I think, all of the Quakers. I only have 3 of them. The last one I have is the Patriotic Quaker. I will be using all the called for floss, and this is 32 count taupe Lugana. They called for light taupe, and that's okay. The white is still going to, sorry, I just shook the camera. The white is still going to show up very well on that. Okay, so that is the Primrose Quaker Sal, and then I hosted the Prairie Schooler Prairie Bird Stitch Along with my friend Stephanie, and I've already stitched 7 of the designs, and I see that I put them in the wrong place. I'll be right back. All right, this is the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds, and as I was saying, I've already stitched 7 of these. There's 3 more to do. I want to finish the series in this book. I have the robin, that one, I think that's a chickadee, and maybe this one left to do. The hashtag is hashtag TPS Prairie Birds SAL, and that's being stitched on a, I think it's a 32 count Crazy Hamster Murano, maybe. Oh, this is going to be so much fun putting all back in order. Okay, so I have some monthly charts that I'm going to be working on. I discussed this on regular Flosstube. These are Flowers of the Month by Stony Creek. I'll go through them really quick. I do have a little magnetic board. Mine is not white, it is galvanized metal, and that is okay. So there's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. And all of these have a stitch count of 91 by 67. I'm going to be stitching them all on antique white Jobelin 28 count. And there's some months where I don't have anything assigned. You can call it an assignment. That doesn't sound very fun. Where I don't have any other stitches planned. So I think I will be able to do quite well with the monthly flowers. In 2023, I subscribed to It's Freezing Season Ornament Club with Crazy Annie's. I ended up getting, I think, 6 done, and then shipments got delayed. I couldn't fit it into my rotation any longer just because I didn't know when I'd ever get the shipment. So maybe I stitched 7. So I still have number 8, number 9, number 10, and then that's when I canceled, silly me, because I just needed 2 more. I should have just let it run and ended the subscription. Sorry, my oldest just came home from work and the dogs got disturbed. Anyhow, I ended at 10, and then I should have just continued the subscription even though I didn't know when we'd receive them. But now I'm searching for number 12 because I was able to find number 11. I would like to have all 12 of them. I'm just going to fit one of these in each month that I don't have other stitching going on, and I am going to be making them all into these pillow ornaments. This is I think it's 36 count vintage country mocha, and hopefully I can find chart 12. All right, I first saw this on Lindy Stitch's Flosstube. It's Twin Peak Primitives Quirky Critters. I just think that, especially this one, is so cute. All of them are cute, but I like the vibrant colors in them. So when I finish the monthly series, like the Prairie Birds, I think that I will start stitching these just 1 per month, and I'm sure it'll take me into 2026. I have Vintage Country Mocha, which is what is called for, and I'm not going to use the mottled side. I'm going to use the back side of it to stitch those. Okay, and then I stitched Sweet Wing Studios Strong and Courageous for my oldest last year, and I want to stitch it for my youngest child. So I'll be using the same fabric, which is Stormy Night Lugana, Vintage Stormy Night Lugana, 32 count. I didn't use the linen last time with all the called for threads, and then I will be making the sailboat a cabin, which is what I used, or what I did for my oldest. Mountain cabin on a lake just is more fitting with our family than a sailboat. Okay, this is So Stinking Cute by Dirty Annie's. I've wanted to stitch this ever since I saw it, and I just haven't had the opportunity. These are so cute. They'd be perfect for stitching in February for Valentine's Day. What am I doing? I'm trying to show you the chart. There's a Dinky Dice pack that I bought for that. The fabric, I can't show you the back here because it has a chart on it. They're called for is Hot Cocoa by Be Stitch Me. 32 count hot cocoa, and I chose 28 count hot cocoa. I'm not sure why I chose 28 count, but that's fine. And yes, I would like to stitch all three of those. Okay, so that is what I would like to start. Like the So Stinking Cute, I don't think I will finish. And again, the Quirky Critters, I'm going to just stitch one of those per month. So, okay, that rounds up this part of the video. The next part will be my WIP Parade, and that will be done another day. I plan to post this either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So, see you back then. All right, I am starting the works in progress, previous starts, and I have no idea how many I have. I'm going to be counting as we go, and I'll total it up at the end. For this part, if you want to comment which of these I should focus on in 2025 for getting finished. I first started thinking that we'll do like a debt payoff, the one that has the closest finish to it. I should work on that and get it out of the way, just like you would with your debt. The one that's closest to being paid off, finish paying that off first. But some of these I would love to put more stitches into. Actually, I would love to put more stitches into all of them. I like them all still, except for one. We'll talk about that. But anyway, here we go. This first one is Art to Heart by Bittersweet Pumpkins. I just started this last, well, October 2024. I'm stitching it on a Silk Weaver 32 count linen with the recommended threads. Second is Glendon Place Flowers of the Holy Night. And I'm stitching this on the recommended 28 count antique white Jobelin. This is really see-through linen here. This is 40 count fabric flare linen in the color Stone. And this is the whole Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. And the only design that I have started on this now is the fox, but I still have the beaver, the reindeer, the bald eagle, the barn owl, the woodpecker, and the little brown bat, all to put on here. See if I can get these out of the way without bumping the camera like I did with the Flowers of the Holy Night. Okay, you've seen a lot of this lately. This is the Blue Flowers Festive Forest. And that's being stitched on 32 count cypress linen from Fiber on a Whim. If at any point I skip the fabric and you want to know what it is, let me know in comments and I will get back to you. I seem to be good for that on all my videos. I miss telling you what I'm stitching on. Okay, the next one is Carolyn Manning's Crazy Quilting and Cross Stitch All Year Long. These are monthly blocks that I'm stitching all on one piece of fabric. And I'm stitching this on 14 count, beautiful beige, I can't talk today, beige, Ada. Those colors probably aren't showing too well. Might be a little blurry from what I can tell. Anyhow, I have done January through April. It's February, March. Looks like you can kind of see some of the sparkle in this. I currently don't have a WIP on this because I haven't started a new block, but I still consider it a project that I want to finish. What are we up to now? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the next one is Crosses of the Kingdom. It's a Rosewood Manor design. I'm stitching this on a, I think it's a 32 count Silk Weaver Solo, and I changed the thread colors. I don't know if I have that nearby. I do. I'm using DMC 3835 with the Krennic blending filament 023, and then the main part of stitching is Crescent Colors Rainy Day. So it's all in purple. Next one is, I don't know, I don't read Russian. It might say Bluebirds. I can't tell you. This is what I have done so far. And this is also a Russian printed fabric. I think it's a, might be a 16 count. Well, no, it's a 14 count. And I was looking at this earlier, the dent stitching on back doesn't look too bad for the back side. This is one that I haven't touched since I began stitching in 2022 on it. Lindy Stitches Stars Bright. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana. It's a mint, and I want to say this is I want to say it's Stephanie's Fabrics. Again, if you want to know for sure, just leave a comment. Get closer. Okay, I don't have a photo of this one because they're digitally done for chatelaine, but many people have stitched these and the pictures are out there. This is This is Octopus Treasure Cave, I think. Why don't I know? And this fabric, well, let me tell you. Let me find it. It is Octopus Treasure Cave. Looking for the fabric information. No, I don't have it sitting right on top here. I'll try to remember to edit it in. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. Moving on. Plum Street. This I know. I started this on my birthday this past year, this past April. That's my measly little start. And I believe this is, yes, it is a Crazy Hamster Linen 32 count. Okay, Tetelestai by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. I'm stitching this on, I think it's just a 32 count white Lugana. I've been thinking about restarting this. I saw someone else stitch it and I like the colors much better. My other thought was to just spray this with the antiquing spray. So I'm still undecided on what to do with this one. Restart or just spray this with the antiquing spray. Give My Big Toes the Name of God. I don't recall. This is a window screen linen. It's so thin I have it folded over because the piece is large, but I'm using the called for colors, and I think this is a 40 count linen. This next one is, I know that's in Russian. I think this is a Riolis kit. It's the Clematis, and it's a belt pull. The kit came with the belt pull hardware. And that is my start, which is right here. It's very long, as you can see. I have this fabric folded over. And I haven't touched this one either since 2022. This is a start to Chatelaine's Iris panel. This was a Silk Weaver Lugana, I believe it is. It's picking up some sparkliness. That was my beginning in 2022. This is the Aurora Borealis by Gitas. I'm stitching this on a Picture This Plus. I think this is Phantom Opalescent. The camera is picking up the sparkles in the fabric. I'm blending filament. We have the Riolis Strawberry Belt Pull. And that's how far I've gotten, which is right in here. Riolis kits have the threads that are kind of an acrylic wool or yarn, but they give a lot of dimension to the projects, and the colors are very vibrant. They just have a lot of thread changes, not different stitching because it's mainly only half or full cross, but just have to watch what you're doing on there. Watch the keys. Next one is the Blue Flowers, Hedgehog, and Hyacinth. I'm stitching this on 36 count. Picture This Plus linen, and I don't remember the color. I want to say it's Heritage. Not much left to do on that one. Okay, then we have the Proper Stitcher, Annie Turner, Strength and Dignity. The zone there. Again, that won't take long to finish. I think I'm stitching this on Petal. I think that's a Picture This Plus. I don't have it written down. I've got dog hair on here. Here we have Blackbirds America. I have just a small start. I'm stitching this on I think it's 32 count Heroic by Picture This Plus, and this is a Lugana. And I've discussed before, I don't know if I'm going to fill in this part that the model has stitched or leave it unstitched. That would save some work, but I just need to see what it looks like when I get to that point. It's also interesting how the stripes are a lot darker than the model. Okay, the last one. This is Bravaco's, is it Gnome's Christmas? No, it's called Christmas Meeting. And this isn't the last one, there's one more underneath this. My daughter was really into the gnomes when I first started stitching this in 2022, and now she's not so much. This is a really cute design. So I'm just going to put it to the side for now because it's not something that I want to personally have finished anytime real soon. But I wouldn't mind having this in the house either, but that's where I'm at. This guy. I did change, this came in a kit, but I changed the background fabric to, well, it's obviously a printed, I think it's a fabric flare probably, but it's not marked. Could be dove stitch. Again, if you would like to know, I will look it up, just leave me a comment. And the last one is Dimensions. I guess maybe it's just called Dashing Through the Snow. This kit had the thread, fabric, and the hoop. And since we have a 51 Chevy truck, it's going to stitch it either for my son or my husband, or just, you know, hang it as part of our entire decorations that we have up at Christmas time. Oh, here it is. Holiday Family Truck. Alright, that is it. So again, please leave me a comment of which one of these you think that I should be stitching on this next year, focusing on getting finished. If you have any of these that you're also stitching, please let me know, and thank you for watching.